Hey guys, it's Ernesto and welcome back to yet another video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I'm having a wonderful day. So today we're going to talk all about the 80-20 rule that I apply to my photography. So stay tuned and we're going to get straight into it. So most photographers I meet, I don't know about you, but the first thing they always open up the question with is, what do you shoot? They really don't mean what genre of photography you shoot. They generally mean like, what gear do you shoot? Is it Team Sony, Team Canon, Team Nikon? That's what they're really focused on. We are fixated on this question because we really want to know what gear you use. Like somehow this question is going to define your style of photography. So this question is so ridiculous to me, but we always do it every time we meet some photographer. And I must admit, even I, to some extent, also express the same question. So recently I put out a video on the Sony a7 III, giving you my thoughts on what I believe about that camera, like my first impressions, and also just the general thoughts of using the camera over 3+ months. And one resounding theme that came out of those videos is that folks are continuously fixated on gear, and not only gear, but also the technical aspect of utilizing a camera. Another thing that came out of those videos is folks were commenting about my lack of technical knowledge with respect to that Sony a7 III camera. Now, I must admit they were 100% correct. Yes, I don't know everything about that camera, nor do I want to know everything about that camera. Do I need to know every single technical aspect of this camera to be a photographer? Am I less of a photographer because I'm not a gear-obsessed photographer? I suppose the answer is yes to those photographers who think being more technical is better than being an artist. For me as a photographer, I apply the 80-20 rule to my photography. 80% of my time is spent soaking in all the knowledge I can to become an artist, and the other 20% of my time is focused on trying to understand the tools I need in order to achieve my 80% objective. For me as a photographer, I care more about how I could control the light, how I could control the mood of that image, and how I can make my subject connect a little bit more with the vision that I'm trying to create for that portrait for that particular subject. Before you go out and capture an image, do you actually put any thought into how you will be executing that image before you go and do it? Do you even have a goal in mind of what your image needs to be? I was that person. I simply picked up my camera, go out, and basically took one image after the next, and hoping that one of those images would be the image that I would keep, that would be good, that I could give to my subject and they would be happy with. That was me. No thought was put into the messaging, the story I want to tell, figuring out if the light was right for the subject, figuring out if the pose was right for the subjects. None of these things were thought about. None of these things were think about to figure out if it was right, wrong, or indifferent. I just went out and shoot. In my day-to-day life, my thought process is very, very different than it is for photography. In my day-to-day life, I'm very analytical, but when it comes to photography, I'm the complete opposite. I put more effort on the creative side of things than on the technical. A few years ago, my focus was basically picking up the manual that was associated with my camera, reading that manual from front to back. That was my focus. I was very, very technical, figuring out what I need to do with my camera because, I was relatively new to it, and I basically want to make sure that I understood everything I needed to understand when it comes to this camera, because obviously if I don't know my camera, I can't go out and shoot. So that was my thought process. So my first thought was basically know my camera first, know everything technical about the camera, and then go out and shoot. Today, my thought process is completely opposite. Now is I need to figure out what my vision is, and then I need to figure out what tools I need to help me or aid me in creating that vision, right? Now, figuring out posing, figuring out expression, figuring out lighting, and then bringing this tool into play to help capture that final vision. Now, of course, I'm being very simplistic in my explanation on a very, very high level, but in general, that is my focus. So yes, I'm not a technical photographer, but I am a photographer that likes to create images that may be technically flawed, but is memorable and meaningful to my subjects. Lastly, I'm not saying don't understand the tools that you need to help create your artistry. Definitely understand your tools, because if you don't understand your tools, then you can't create art. What I am saying is basically you don't have to read your camera menu from cover to cover, because reading your camera menu from cover to cover don't help you create better images. In my humble opinion, what will help you create better images is studying lighting, studying posing, studying your composition, understanding your subject so you can connect with them on a deeper level, and that will help you create better portraits, not being technical. All right, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Put some comments down below. Let me know what you think. Share this video with your friends and family. And guys, if you got this far in this video and you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.